Welcome to another food adventure with Getting Lost. Today, we are actually along Jalan Besar, heading towards Berseh Food Centre to try the food there. And at this place, there's actually quite a few stalls that serve quite a few good dishes that we will try. And even though this food centre is not very big, there's actually 2 levels and most of the stalls here are occupied. So I cannot wait to try the food here. What about you? So let's go! Okay, how to get there? First of all, from Farrer Park MRT station, when you came out of the gantry, turn right and head towards these gates, and then walk through the gates and walk all the way to the end. Turn right. At the first turning on your left, you have to take this turning and continue walking down the underground corridor until the end. So you keep walking. The exit you'll be looking for is exit I, which is this exit towards the City Square Shopping Centre, which is where we need to walk through to reach our location. So once you pass through the entrance, you keep walking until you see the escalator. So please take the escalator up, right up until the top. Then at the top escalator, keep walking straight. Okay, keep walking straight and then turn right and walk towards the exit. This exit will take you to Kitchener Road. Okay. So basically, keep walking until you see the traffic light. And this is the traffic light you want to cross. So basically, you need to walk along Kitchener Road all the way to the end. So on your left is actually City Square Residence, a condominium, and you keep walking until the end and you'll see a row of shop houses. So continue walking along the sides of the shop houses until you see a traffic light. Cross the road at the traffic light, and then at that traffic light there'll be another traffic light to your right. Also cross the road at that traffic light and keep walking straight. If you keep walking straight down, on your right will be Jalan Besar, which is the busy road, as you can see now. So you keep walking along Jalan Besar, keep walking down this road. So you keep walking until you reach Berseh Food Centre. This is where we're going to have our food adventure today. We're going to try some food here and then come back later at night to try more food. So let's see what we can find here. I cannot wait. Can you? For the first dish we're going to try something light, which is the black and white fish soup from this shop called Xiang black and white fish soup. Okay, so this is the fish soup. They call it black and white is because they have fried fish and sliced fish together, so they call it black and white. Okay, this is served with chili, which is slightly unique, and a bowl of rice. And here's the soup. If you notice, the soup itself, it comes with both fried fish and sliced fish. That means the raw fish you put into hot soup and then you cook it immediately. This is called sliced fish. And as you also notice, the soup itself is a bit cloudy. The cloudiness actually comes from the fried fish itself. And one thing about the fried fish itself, majority of the fried fish is actually they batter the bones and the fish head. So this, and then they batter it, and then they deep fry it, and then they put it together in the soup to actually help you to add flavor to the soup. And my first taste of the soup, I get a very strong taste of ginger. Okay, but a recommendation for this soup is for you to take away the soup, because the longer the fried pieces of fish are in the soup, it will incorporate more flavor into the soup. So the longer you keep it there, the more flavorful the soup will be. And also the sliced fish is actually very fresh and it's quite delicious. The next store we are visiting is actually Ji Bo Jia. Basically it sells Poppaea and is run by an elderly couple. Okay, basically Poppaea is something like a paper thin crepe or pancake. Okay, and then inside this pancake you put in like turnip, bean sprouts, Chinese sausage, maybe some fried garlic, and then some condiments, maybe like chili sauce and oil, and then you wrap it all nicely into a roll. For this one, it's actually quite tasty, quite nostalgic taste, and but a bit too oily. But overall, it does taste nice. Here is another snack place that sells Fuzhou oyster cake. If you have watched my previous Maxwell food adventure, you have noticed that I also reviewed one previously. Okay, for this one, if I'm not mistaken, it only costs 120 or is it 150 for each cake. But the cake is also significantly smaller than the one in Maxwell, but Maxwell does charge you $2 for the cake. Basically what you have is you have batter, and inside the batter you put in minced meat, you put in prawn, you put in oyster, and then a bit of some kind of green vegetable in it, and then you put this batter into a hot oil, and then it will cook into this cake, and then you maybe just put in some dried anchovies or some peanuts on top just to finish it up. I actually prefer the oyster cake at Maxwell Food Centre. Here I am back again later in the night to try some other foods, especially this shop here that sells fried oysters. Okay, this is the shop itself, the one on the right. It actually opens for dinner crowd and supper crowd. So if you don't want to come to eat, you have to come during that timing. And this is the dish that I came here to try. This is the fried oyster. So basically you have egg and then mixed together with tapioca starch, and then you cook it together, and then later stage you put in the oysters. So the oysters are just lightly cooked, and this one is cooked with a chili sauce that actually caramelizes the egg itself, and it's very good. I actually quite enjoyed it. I actually quite enjoyed this fried oyster. It was actually quite delicious. I think this is one of the better fried oysters I've eaten in Singapore. It's the top two. It's that good. The next one here, also from the same shop, is called Oyster Omelette. Basically, it's similar without the tapioca starch. So you just have egg and the oyster. Basically, this one is also quite tasty too. It's surprisingly moist, very moist. moist. I think it's probably from the juices from the oysters, and it's also quite tasty, but I still prefer the fried oysters, the one on the left. And the oysters here are also very fresh and quite delicious. I'm actually quite happy that I came here again in the evening to try these two dishes. Next is from this shop that sells BBQ chicken wings and also satay. Okay, so I waited for them to open, and so this is the satay. I ordered 5 pork, 5 chicken. Okay, it comes together with a peanut sauce. To get peanut sauce, and the peanut sauce they put in some pineapple, and then condiments they have some cucumbers and onion. And this is chicken wing, grilled chicken wing, which is also one of the better chicken wings I've eaten. It's very moist, it's very delicious, it's very... my mouth is just watering just thinking of it. Anyway, so this is the satay. One thing interesting about the satay here is that I do not know how the auntie does it, but the meat, maybe the way she handles the meat, or the way she tenderizes the meat, or the way she cuts the meat, you know, it's very bouncy. You know, when you bite it, it's have a very bouncy feel. I have no idea how she does it. It's slightly different, but doesn't really add much to the flavor of the satay. But what she does very well is the chicken wing. Oh yeah, look at that, it's still hot. Oh, it's still juicy, and I remember I can taste the juices trying to trickle down my chin. So that is our first visit to Jalan Berseh Food Centre. It's just along Jalan Besar, so if you want to find it, it's quite easy. Next, I'm going to bring you to some food, some famous food that's actually around the area here, and they're actually quite well known, but that's for the next episode. So if you do like what you see here, click the thumbs up button, share and subscribe, and join me for my next food adventure next time. Thank you very much. Bye bye.